Indian love to use their own vehicle, or they you know they prefer to use public vehicle.
See, it's depend. Hi. So,
Hello, me.
yes.
I'm from Indonesia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You're from?
I'm from Indonesia. Pardon?
Sorry. I'm from Antarctica. Okay. You know where is Antarctica? Background sound. Somebody just coming from your background. It seems like so it's not audible. Okay. So uh, from Indonesian guy, your question was what mode of transport he preferred,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. The citizen
So
there.
yeah, it's depend on because like in the capital, it's moreover a very developed state, or it's a union territory. It's a big metropolitan city. So it's a very congested, overpopulated place. So if you go by your own car, you will be stuck, in a very
Traffic.
crowded traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So people not prefer to go by their own vehicle because there is no point to stuck in a traffic jams for
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours.
Wow.
So they prefer metro trains. Metro is quite a good way of transporting, a good transport because people can swiftly move from one place to another. And
Mm-hmm.
moreover, it's very comfortable. Like right now, it's very hot season. It's very peak summers. So people prefer to go by metro. It's an AC air conditioner, and it's very comfortable to
Yeah.
move from one place to another.
Yeah. If we can compare that, using the public transportation is much better, convenient, right? Um.
It's depend on, as I said, it's because Delhi is a very crowded place, so people prefer to use public transport, whereas in the city I am in right now, the public transport is not that enriched, or it's
Yeah.
not that in a vast place. It's not that good. Uh, so we prefer our own communications, like we are used like a bike
Mm-hmm.
or sometimes a cycle. So that's how I like to move from one place to another.
So if they can prevent, I mean, like they can get rid from the traffic jam, they're gonna use public transportation. So is there any
Yeah.
like the policy from the government that people there are recommended to use some public transportation, like in several countries, that the government recommend their citizens to use public transportation whenever they go to work, school. So it's already applied in several countries. For example, like in Japan, or like in also in Philippines. I think that's a good idea.
That's very true because big cities, it's totally mess with the traffic jams. It's a very crowded country, so people just use their own mode of transport. So mostly people have cars, so the whole roads get jammed during peak hours, working hours, like in the morning and office hours. So
Yeah.
this could be so to like trying to do odd and even numbers so that the roads not full with cars. So they are trying to getting some unique ideas, doing odd and even uh, solution. So which is good because at least you will get place to move in a road. Otherwise, there's no space even in a pavements to move for people.
Yeah. Also in Indonesia, you know what, the traffic jam, in it could be 2 or 3 hours for waiting. So I don't know why it's in general that in every capital city in the world must be have a crowded, uh, you know, traffic. So yeah, it about the policy of how to dealing with this situation. Each country has their own strategy or the government to prevent the traffic jams. So one of I mentioned before that we should they recommend us to use the public transportation.
Okay. So
Uh, but fortunately,
yeah.
I'm not living in the capital, so that's why it's a very rare, you know, that I would be in a traffic jam because I could say that I'm living in the countryside.
Okay. So you live in a provisions.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it not that overcrowded in your provisions?
Yeah, it's not really.
Okay. That's good enough because in big cities it's very uh, difficult to live because the cities are overcrowded and it's very polluted cities. So it's good that you're living in the province and you still have options. So do you do you do you get are you doing a job, some kind of job out there?
No, I'm not. I'm a student.
Okay, you are a student.
Yeah.
So what exactly you doing?
I'm an English education student.
English education
Yeah.
student. Okay. So this platform is good for you because at least you can learn a language skills with the native speakers.
No, no native speaker here. It's pretty rare.
Yeah, that's right. Because sometimes we get native speakers, but they don't want to talk to us. Really.
Yeah, but sometimes they are here. If sometimes I talk to them like, why do you here? And they said, I'd like to teach people. I'd like to teach people who are struggling to learn. But I think that's a good point.
That's right. This is really a good. If people think that the native speaker think that they can help other people to learn this skill. So this is really a good thought, I would say. But normally when I speak to a native language speaker, they just not really they're not interested or bothering to correct you because you just speak with them and even they will not tell you or give you feedback where are you doing mistakes. So
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, they do not focus on the mistake, but they focus on the message. As long as the message is clear, it doesn't matter about the grammar rules. I thought that
that's
people nowadays are more concerned about the grammar rules. As you know, that grammar rules, there's a lot of grammar rules, even though the native speakers sometimes make mistake. So that's why I think for the like us, for the English
it's their
learners,
language. So
I think it's not a big deal to more focus on the grammar. Grammar is important, but not the most important.
grammar, yeah, I mean it's a language. Uh, so if we consider this as a language, uh, grammar would not uh, will not make any difference. sense, it has to be in a correct, sentence.
Exactly. So to make a sentence, we need grammar.
That's
But
right. Yeah.
yes, so if like in an English center, it's going to be to correct people, much correction there. If we talk with the teacher, and then the teacher will give us feedback. So, but when we're trying to speak like this with the new people, and I think that in my opinion, well, if we if you are talking like this and then suddenly you correct me, it's about the confidence. You can make my confidence decrease. So I would feel that I'm making mistakes, and it's I'm not good enough to this. So I will stop talking. You know what I mean? That's what happened. So yeah, I think it's from my side. I don't know. Maybe you think that that's good while talking, and then there's a correction. No, yeah, it depends on people. But for me personally, I think that's not good. We can do that maybe in the English center, or if we are asking.
See, what I think, yeah, it might be just opposite what you just told me. What I think is, if somebody knows, if, for example, if I know my language and somebody wants to learn my language and the person just doing mistakes, okay? It's my responsibility because I'm very good in my language. It's my responsibility to make that correction, that other person correct, okay? And the other person should not be ashamed or should not be hesitate. Why? Because he's learning some new skill. It's not the person's language, okay? He's trying to learn something. Obviously, he will do mistakes. So why to take or why to hesitate or why to, lose confidence when you take a feedback from someone? Until you get a feedback, you won't be correct yourself. So that's my personal thinking that yes, if I want to learn something, there one, if I'm, if somebody's know what exactly, the mistakes I'm doing and the person is giving me the feedback, I will accept that feedback and, try to be more motivated instead of losing confidence.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's a good point too. And like we can see how the mistake, how big the mistake. Like if it's related to the related to the vocabulary, it's a vocabulary, or we misinterpret vocabulary, or misapplying that. So it would be, we should or we have to correct that. But if about the rules or the grammar, we're talking about the grammar, I would, it's like okay, it's no problem like that. So yeah, I think your point also should be, I think I should accept that, your your point is good.
That's right, yeah. Okay, so uh, are you facing the same situation the world is facing at the moment? Like the whole world is in lockdown period. So is it Indonesia facing the same problem?
What? Pardon me, can you repeat?
Okay, the whole world is in lockdown
Okay.
because of this coronavirus void. So are you guys facing the same issues like is it like in Indonesia? Is it the coronavirus impacting?
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, we have to stay home. Yeah, we have to stay at home, and I don't go to college because of this. and I have to stay for the whole day. And that's pretty boring. So
Okay.
even though just to go to hang out to my friend's house, and the government is so strict about that. So sometimes people like me are like to go sometimes go to visit friends or to playing games together, but suddenly I just stayed home, and that's boring, man.
Obviously, yeah, because we never have that kind of lifestyle where we, just locked in our homes. So obviously this is, and moreover because this is a very difficult time. The economy is just slashing down, and we're not good. People are losing jobs, and there are a lot of other things, which is other negative things, which is going on with this coronavirus. So it creates such a big, you know, uh, big hiccups, or you can say big messed up, that people are not able to cope up with the kind of anxiety they are in at the moment.
Yeah,
So this is really a difficult situation.
exactly. The impact is not it's bigger than the disease itself. You know what I mean. Like, yeah, the also dangerous, pretty dangerous, the coronavirus, but actually more danger, I think
That's true.
the impact of this, the economic system will crash. People can go for work, for looking for cash money, but if we are for a civil worker for the government, so I think it's not problem. We can frequently, we can consistently earn without work, right?
Hmm.
But people like offline freelancer, they what how they so the in Indonesia, the
Freelancing also a job. Uh, you know, it come up with these projects given by someone, okay, who's running a company, okay, and if the company is not doing any business, how come the person will give a work to the freelancers? So everyone is connected with each other. Let it be any field, or let it be any job profile we do. It is related with each other. So even freelancing job is also impacted because of this pandemic.
yeah, can you say it again because it's too noise?
Yeah, this guy is just making noise. I don't know whether he's Robert Hook. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just muted him. Sorry about that. You can speak if you have any opinion, guy, for who is there. Robert, if you have any opinion, you can
Actually, I have
speak
many
that loud.
opinions for that.
Yeah.
I have many opinions for that, but I think what the basic situation, and everybody is getting over, right? Right? But in this situation, we have to find out a way why we can make fun in our life.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
you're having your voice is not very clear from my side.
okay, I repeat again. Okay, and now you can just go clear.
No, it's not
So
clear.
if you just reconnect yourself, if you disconnect yourself and reconnect to the same chat, then it will be great, because if the voice is not clear enough, so the communication will not happen. Okay.
Okay, you can relog. Yeah, where were we? Well, we were talking about what?
Okay, we were talking about freelance because yes, it's a lockdown period. People think
With what? With what?
correlated with each other.
Each other, right? Okay.
Each other, yeah. The reason being, uh, freelancer, how a freelancer get a project, okay? The freelancer will get a project from the person who's running a business, either a business or whatever the person is doing, okay? If the person is not working or the company is not doing any business or not generating any revenue at this point of time, then freelancer will not get the projects as well. So
Exactly.
what I think is the business is all related with each other. So this pandemic really sucks our economy.
Yeah.
We just we have to start again, and a big country like us, India, it's a very big country, and I'm pretty sure we will come very soon on the track because we have a huge population, so demand will always be there. It will take next couple of months to be get back on track.
Exactly. So, like in they say that it would be wind down until 2 years. So the longer it is, so the world economic system will crash. So that's pretty bad. And I agree with you that you say every job, like occupation, for example, freelancer, it related each other. Yeah, I agree with that. So I thought that freelancer online, like for example, freelancer online, it's not really have a big impact for them, but actually it is. Like for example, their clients is a company, and the company need them for doing some kind of like design things, stuff like that. But then the company is closed, and then it will directly impact to them. So that's why I agree with you about that.
Yeah, that's true because every part or every aspect of a business is correlated with each other. So if I'm impacting with this problem, yes, everybody's impacting. It's a chain which is created or which we correlate with each other. So if one string get disturbed, which means it will impact the whole string of all on that chain. So
Yeah.
okay,
Um. Like since the antivirus nobody can find it, so it would be much people will be affected, right? So as we know that, if I'm not mistaken, in medicine or in a hospital, people are affected just only they are using some kind of the symptoms. Also they're using for the medicine of the symptoms. Like if you have a fever, they only use the medicine of fever. They're not using some kind of directly to the virus itself, right? So I mean, it's not a special. There's no special treatment or special antivirus that they use. So it's pretty bad.
that's true. That's true. That still the world still not come up with a vaccine yet because if 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 there would be any vaccine in the market, it will take time to be tested human beings and check the results, the impact on the human being. Then only it will be uh, ready to use. So this whole process will take at least 2 years.
Oh
So
yeah, two
pretty
years. That's
pretty difficult the situation because yes we and this pandemic is just it's a kind of a disease where some way, somehow the other person get in contact with that person. But if it's get into air, like in Wuhan in China, the, the virus was in air, and the Chinese government just, I don't know how these people, they don't want to reveal the truth of how many deaths happen in China.
They
According
feel
to
the
report,
truth.
yes, they just hide the truth. They
What
don't
do you mean by
reveal
the
the
truth? You mean like you're
truth.
talking about the conspiracy?
Okay, in China, okay, according to a report, there was 3 lakh people died. 3 lakh people,
Mm-hmm.
or you can say 3 million people died in China. Okay, they just show a wrong figure, 3,000 people. Okay, which is not correct. According to the a report which was published quite a few days back or few months back, I mean just a month back, in China there was 3,000 SIM cards suddenly stopped working. Chinese government deactivate 3 lakh SIM cards. What they are suggesting, what they suggesting to the rest of the world, I mean what they are giving the reason behind it, that people moving from one place to another, so they just deactivate the SIM cards. I mean, how come it's true? It's not true, because if you have a SIM card,
What do you
China,
mean by sim what? Symptoms or what?
SIM cards, do you know SIM cards?
What SIM card for what?
A mobile phone.
Oh, mobile phone. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, got
Okay.
you.
SIM cards in China, if your SIM card is deactivated, means you are no longer alive.
Wow. No longer alive? What do you mean? So there's somebody will hunt us?
Now, in China, when you buy a SIM card, that SIM card is a unique number given to you by the government. It's a registration. They register they registered all the information with that SIM card along with that person. So they embedded all the information with this SIM card. So if the person loses a SIM card somewhere in future, they can easily replace it. They will not stop that service. I mean, in China, SIM card is your identity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, in China, they make the SIM card in a such a way that it works as identity. So if your SIM card not working, means you're not live in the world, you're dead. So they had to deactivate the SIM card. So the report which came from China, that they stopped 3 lakh SIM cards, which means 3 lakh people get died, and they are not revealing the truth. This is
This is
a
how they
conspiracy.
count?
That's how it counts. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then that people who their SIM card isn't active anymore. So what kind of classifying to them? How the government classifying to them, or their death, or maybe like they have coronavirus affected, confirmed?
Yeah. This is a difficult way to confirm how the people get died. But in that period, like coronavirus starts from in that country since from last December. From December till March, they have a huge spike of this virus in their country. starts deactivation. Okay, so that's how the rest of the world came to know that this is the actual fact that China is not revealing the truth in perspective of this pandemic. Because if they reveal the truth, or if they give the right info to the rest of the world can take measures to stop the coronavirus there and then. That's the reason it spread into the whole, it spread the whole world, that they have to take the measures.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
I hope you're with your good microphone now.
Oh, thanks. I just uh, heard something, but I think we are discussing about the COVID-19, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But lockdown period, whole world is lockdown, and everybody gets bored, right? Everybody gets bored. And we are talking about COVID-19. Yes. Yes. My opinion. So, because we have to find out a way to make a joyful lockdown, right? If, I mean, people was to live that master, yeah, Anil and their master, we suggest each other a way to make a day good that is good for us to stand lockdown, right? So we have to go on this topic, not on COVID-19, which country is telling lies to us, which country is telling their truth, oh sorry, not who their truth like that, which country got lots of people died, which country has lot of cases, which country get well too, right? Okay, let me give you the figure. I hope you know the figure. In the whole world, there are 3 lakh people lose their lives. And 3 lakh people are 3 lakh people. I mean, it's not a small figure. 3 lakh people lose their life. If the measures taken by China right from the first day, right? They, we are talking about why we are in a such a situation right now. Thousands and thousands people just lose their livelihood. Yes, we have some positive effect of this coronavirus, but if we talk about the negative, the impact of this coronavirus, it is huge in humanity. People losing their jobs. I don't know how many million people will lose in world. Their jobs and their and if what I'm trying to say is if China take the right measures at the right time, this problem would not come. Okay, we would not be in a lockdown period, or we would be ever proposed law ban to our doctors, right? See, we have a good. If we talk about positive about the lockdown period, yes, there are very positive points like the nature is getting it's getting healing, right? There are a lot of things which is happening. Good things happen with the nature since after this lockdown. But at the same time, we living in this planet. We are a part of this planet. Okay, so if human beings lose their lives because of some stupid things did by some stupid actions, by some stupid actions, it's a stupid action because uh, people have thought that it is a virus created by China. They just change this and some some wrong experiment happen or some mess with that experiment, it get leaked and it impacted to the whole world. So
So you think that people are losing their jobs because a stupid pandemic? You would say like that.
that's
What are you trying to say about this? I mean, like, are you disagree with the coronavirus exist? I can't hear you. Sorry. Mm, you get him? Mm.
she is not able to speak, or could be any reason, but anyways. So, yeah, Webmaster.
Yeah, hello. Yes, I'm all ears.
Yeah. So, I have one question which was in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
but I just skipped that question because of some, interruption. So, okay, what's the capital of Indonesia? I'm not sure.
Oh, the capital city is Jakarta. It's in Java Island.
Okay, so Indonesia is basically an island country.
Exactly, it consists of thousands of islands, more than 17,000, from
Okay,
the biggest and the smallest.
okay, and what exactly you preferred in in your food? A seafood might, because you live in a continent, so I'm pretty sure you like seafoods.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, we do not like maximize about the source in the sea, right? In Indonesia, even though we are islands country, but it doesn't mean that we have or we can optimize that, right?
Okay.
So yes, some, but it's being a fisherman is not very popular. It's in my perspective what I see. People here like to become a farmer and stuff like that, dealing with forests.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know the statistic, but as I see that more people tend to become a farmer rather than
Okay.
fisherman.
Right. Okay. And so yeah, yeah. Go ahead, please. I'm a married person. Yes. A lot of people in the same room, right?
Hello.
Yes, Robert. A lot of people in the same room, I believe. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so um, so what's the total population? What's the total population in your country, Grandmaster?
The what? The
The total population of the country.
what population?
Yes, population. Yeah.
The population is 200, more than 250,000 million. Oh no, no thousand. 350 million.
150 million.
Yes, if I can compare with India. Uh,
Okay.
how's India?
India is, I believe, we reached to almost 1.5 million.
Wow, billion.
Yeah, billion.
It won't.
Yeah, almost 1.5 billion we reached now.
Yeah, it's like surprisingly, such a small country. For example, like Bangladesh, they have many population, but the country is, I could say, that's small, right?
See, the problem with our country is we are surrounded by so many boundaries. We are sharing territories with different countries where their people come to our country, because our country is the attraction point for Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, then we come over here, Bhutan, and other countries. So
So do you
people
think
keep
they come to
jumping
your
up.
country? suffer population in India that come come from another country.
Yeah, most we have people from Bangladesh. We have people from Nepal. So the population we have over here. It's kind of mixed population. So they just cross the borders where they don't require any visas to come down to India from Bangladesh and Nepal. They can easily come down to cross the border.
I see.
Yeah, Nepal. We have huge population from Nepal and Bangladesh. Yeah, they are totally depend on us.
Do you know the statistic? Which one is the most? Which country? Which immigrant that come to your country the most?
Nepal.
Nepal. Hmm? What was it?
He's trying to repeat your question.
Oh yeah, I mean like, do you know the statistic how many? I mean, which immigrant that very much to visit your country?
Okay, his question, Grandmaster is asking a question. From which country, like Nepal or Bhutan or Bangladesh, from which country the most of the population cross borders of our country? So I think Nepal is the country who come over here in India for jobs and yeah, Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, uh, yeah, if we talk about the majority, Nepal is the country who has a great influence to Indians.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh yeah, but why it's so free? I could say that it's so free. People from another, like your neighbor country, come to your country, and then there's no some kind of strict rules that or they might come without visa.
Okay, because actually, if we talk about why we allowing these countries, moving from their country to India, because these countries actually were a part of our country.
What?
These countries like Nepal or Bhutan, they were a part of India earlier.
I see.
There is so much background sound from. Okay, can you mute your mic? Because there is so much sound. Okay, so what I was saying that because these countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, they were a part of India somewhere, a long time back. So there's an agreement that still not changed. The law is still the same. We haven't made any amendments on the law, so would be one of the reasons that people coming out from these countries to India, and make a huge impact on our
So you
population.
mean like when we're talking about the history that people from Nepal or from neighbor countries, countries surrounding in India. So you were in the same land, or you could say in the same land, or in a one
See,
nation, or in a one
uh,
nation.
it's you can say that we have boundaries, clear-cut boundaries. Nepal, Bangladesh, it's altogether a different country. Okay, but somehow they have some roots to India. I mean, they have battlings with Indian people. For example, uh, let's say when these countries separated from India, their ancestors, you know, who left over here, okay, so they keep crossing the borders to meet their relatives. They frequently visit the relatives, and so forth. They are. So this could be the reason.
Yeah.
Or you can say earlier in the past we were sharing the same territories or boundaries with these countries. It was like a part of India. So this is the reason.
So it might be about the relatives there, right? So we'll talk about
Exactly.
the yeah back then
Yeah,
that
one
the
of the most of this, one of the was this, one of the reason. The India is very confused, and because we don't never say anybody else who's not coming on the country. So that is one of the reasons that why we have to be started the okay because Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh are used by Pakistan to hold border readers for terrorists. Their funding from where we right? Am I done? Yes, this is one of the true facts. Yeah, the training is helping us some time. Sometimes not everything. Some movement and things because we don't want to fight with our neighbors. Okay. We are like brothers. We are doing others, okay, we are but like our neighbors, Pakistan, they don't do it. About this, after we are give them time. Possible, right? Give them I will time them just come and speak on television. That's that's some extent. I'm agreeing with the point. Yes, like Pakistan,
mm-hmm.
Pakistan, it was a part of India. We get separated and we make altogether a new country called Pakistan. We had a very good relations with them. With the time being, as the time passes, the relations get worse, and
Yeah,
they
it's very
try.
popular. As I can hear, I can I can hear from some news or some movies that Indonesia and Pakistan, like India and Pakistan, like they're having some problems. I think, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken,
it's
that
just you know they uh, they okay. We have a state called JNK, Jammu and Kashmir.
what
Uh, we have a state. a
State.
state called like you say province.
Oh yes, state.
We
Yeah.
have we have a called states.
Mm-hmm.
State is altogether a different district, and so we have a state which was independent state, and we call it Jammu and Kashmir. That's you might heard about Kashmir. There is a lot of things, a lot of activities going on in Kashmir. So you might heard about Kashmir. It's a beautiful place, but because the majority of the population over there is Muslims. So what Pakistan think, because they had a great influence in that state, J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, they had they have, I mean, this state is more inclined against or more inclined to Pakistan. They want to be a part of Pakistan, but you know, our government, because it's a part of our country, we cannot let it go to a different country. Why should we go, right? It's not that their people like it, so we'll just say goodbye to them. No, this is not how it works. So they keep doing some nasty activities, like they try to influence people over there to to be a part of their country. So they just keep doing terrorist activities over there. I mean, very extremist
Yes.
methodology of doing
I
things.
mean, like, if there is some kind of source of what, like, what reason why they want that land.
Okay. The reason of, because it was independent state. Okay. When when it become a part of our country. Okay. First of all, if we go a little bit the background of our country. Okay. We have 30 different states. Okay. 30 different states we had, and we have these states were altogether their own territories. Like, we were not India earlier, we were like a different, like colonies in United States, right? A small state, it's an independent state. So we have to collaborate all these states to become a country, one country called India.
Mm-hmm.
These states, you know, someone we had to forcefully, you know, join with us, or someone eager to join with us. So J&K, Jammu and Kashmir, is one of the state who is not eager, who don't want to go with us. Okay, they want to go with Pakistan. But because the territories or the boundaries we are sharing with them, if it's go to Pakistan, it will be a huge, it will, it will be a challenge for our defense, our, our territories, or you can say our boundary lines. So we don't want to get this country out of, this state out of our country. We want to remain. So we had to forcefully merge this state to our country, because their population mostly are Muslims. So they are more inclined to Pakistan. They want to be part of it. So we don't
Yeah.
want such a,
It'd be
we
like
don't
it's
want,
because they're Muslim and then they have to
yeah,
be like immersed
Pa-
in Pakistan.
yeah, Pakistan, it's all a very dense Muslim populated country. So, they want to merge with them.
Or if
So,
I say that it's because of the religion, do you think that is that correct? if
could
it's
be
about.
one of the factor that religion is one of the factor. We have states where Muslims are huge numbers, right? But Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir, they have, you know, they have a very huge influence,
To people.
and yeah, huge influence of this Pakistani government. I don't know why they never help to these people. We are the people who help them every time because it's our part. So we had to help them.
Oh, who is he? Is he it's uh he's Pakistanis or Indian?
They are not Pakistan. They are Indians, but they don't treat themselves as Indians. They still think that they are not a part of India. They are part of altogether different country.
Actually, he's Indian,
They
right?
are Indians. They are Indians. Yes, it's a part of our country, right? But their population, their people don't think. I mean, their mindset that they are not a part of India, so they just uh, they help to promote terrorist activities over there.
Yeah, there's this story. I see. So, what's the government? I mean, the government effort to make it become united with India. So to influence them to come back to India.
See, it's already a part of India, okay, but it's a forcefully that we merge this state to India, and because why these problems happening over there because I went to Kashmir, okay, it's my personal experience. I had a holiday over there, so I went there.
Mm-hmm.
And Kashmir is a very beautiful valley, right? Everything is, you go to Kashmir, it's a very clean, very beautiful city.
What is
But
Kashmir is?
Kashmir, it's one of the districts,
Okay.
okay? Like you have, I'm not sure, you have countrysides, right?
Yeah, exactly. We have.
So like the way we have districts and we have states. So Jammu and Kashmir.
Is
There
it
are
is it in a
different.
is it in a border? Exact border?
Yeah, they are sharing a border with Pakistan. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the problem with them. And they have an influence of Pakistani. We don't allow them, but they forcefully, illegally migrate to this state. So the problem is right now we have the army, the defense we have, okay. Uh, I can say that army is ruling that state, okay. So they don't want such kind of
Illegal?
ruling. Yeah, because uh, if there's an army over there, which means they will rule the government, right? It's their uh, it's their they have to create a law and orders for them. It's not their state who will create a law orders or go off their own terms. No, they cannot go with their own terms. It's the army who will create terms and conditions for them. You know, so they think that this is not. This is one of the foundations which they are facing, or because when there's an army rule, there would be strict rules and regulations which every citizen has to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And these people don't want these kind of terms or conditions. So they are just afraid of say, influence of the defense over there?
Yeah, I know that it's like it's a province, and it's a who is the governor. The the central, like the president would can like to command their governor, so to be to be in India. But why the president pick a governor maybe that cannot manage? This place belongs to India, right?
Yes, it's a part of our country. Yeah.
Yeah. So why the president? I say that the
We have
president give a
prime ministers. We have prime
commandment to
minister
the
over here.
governor.
We have a prime minister rule. We don't have president rule out here.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, we have. You heard our prime minister name, I believe, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So uh, this is why the reason being it's our it's a part of our country, right? If our government allow them to merge with Pakistan, okay, then they will start looking for other states where we have majority of Muslims. Okay, like if we allow one state to them, you know, if we give one state to them, which means then they will start making a pressure to other states where we have
Not only that
majority
state,
of Muslims.
they will
So
extend their territory, right?
yeah, that's right. That's what their main, uh, prime motto. Their prime motto is to take the influence of majority of Muslim states. We have, quite few states, like 3, 4 states where we have uh, Muslim influence. So if we allow one state, they'll start looking for other one. Then they will slowly get into our territory, and then they'll start looking for other states. So which we don't want.
Yeah, I mean like this. It's an if we want to spread the religion stuff, it doesn't mean we have to take that territory, right? If
That's
maybe
right.
you have a brother sisters outside Pakistan, so why not just to spread the religion there? We can come to the India, but we don't have to say that. Come on, let's go join us in Pakistan. Let's go to be one nation in Pakistan. That's wrong, man.
That's right. I see the problem with the Muslim community. They are very religious. They they are very religious, and they are very extremist. So that's the problem with them. Okay, we are Hindu. We are majority of majority of majority of population we have in India. It's Hindu. So if they take over us, okay, then we'll start losing our country.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, you know what? We are united in our diversity. That's how our favorite code in Indonesia. We are living like in five religion. We have five religions that the government allowed in Indonesia. But we have to, be together, be united. We do not see difference each other. But there are some people that think if it's because of religion, if they are different religion with us, so they are our enemy. right? So it's not proper. It's an extreme. It's an extreme, thought. I think.
That's what the problem is. In India, we have other religion as well. We have Christians out here. We have, Sikh, and we have, we have majority of population. We have, combination of different religion. So we are good with all the religions, apart from, you know, apart from some states where Muslim community has so much influence. So obviously, if I am a Hindu, I want to be a part of, I want my neighborhood would be someone who is my religion. Okay, that's what the that's what
Yeah, makes sense.
Muslim people thinks.
Makes sense.
So they want to be a part of Pakistan, so that because the majority of people there is Pakistani
Yeah,
Muslims.
okay, like this. If somebody wants to become a Pakistanis, just go to Pakistan. Do not bring our land. Do you get what I mean? Yeah,
Not
people can. I mean, like, here's Indian territory, right? Here's Indian territory, but if you want to be united with Pakistan, just go out from India. Do not bring this land. Just go to Pakistan and then become Pakistanis. But never ever separate this land. It's about the land, right? The people can go to Pakistan, but never ever bring our land to Pakistan. Never ever, separate this land and you bring to Pakistan.
okay. The problem with the Pakistan is they are overpopulated country. Okay, if somebody from here want to go in Pakistan, they have so much formalities that you have to be a part of Pakistan. That they don't want people, they want land.
You mean like the requirement to become a Pakistanis?
That's right. So they don't want people from us. They don't want. They want the land. They want the land, a particular territory where they can increase their population over there. I mean, they can move easily here and there. That's what they want.
So I mean, to extend the territory, I think it's not right because we already know here's the border, right? We already know each our border. So why should we? It's not a colonialist time.
See, the border which we have, it's very well defined. Okay?
Yeah.
Very well defined borders. Even in international issues, these borders already discussed. And the G8 countries or these countries already discuss the limitations of both the countries. How far they can go with their army, how far we can go with our army. It's predefined. Okay? There's every single thing, even a single stones over there.
Single stones.
It is a part
Single
of
stone.
country, it is part of Pakistan, or it's a part of that country.
Oh my goodness.
It is predefined.
It's like a memes, right? They make a fun of that. It's my stone. It's my river.
Problem is, Pakistan just want, they keep breaking these ceasefires. Ceasefires means it's a rule, constraints that you know on that boundaries as well, that you can't leave. So they always like keep breaking the ceasefire rules.
There's
And
no army or force
yeah,
that.
for me it's their people. Yeah, it's their army because it's border. Common single people cannot be over there. It's their army who just lived on, take care of their
Non-Indian
boundaries.
army.
We have Indian armies, they have Pakistani army.
Yeah, so I think that it should be two force, right? Like
Yes,
from
yes,
India and also uh, the army of Pakistan.
that's right. Yeah,
So how come they can influence the people from India?
they try to illegally migrate.
Mm.
They're extremist people. Okay, they come over here to India, like crossing the borders, because we have the borders in a very remote areas. Remote areas means where we have snow, uh, 15, 20 feet snow. Okay, it's not possible to take care of these boundaries physically present over there, right? So, but they always try to do infiltration from that area. They take the advantage of geographic,
Mm-hmm.
conditions, and they infiltrate their people from these loopholes and get into our country.
Yes. So you mean like they can go in freely to your country, they by by plane. I mean
No, no,
by
no, no,
ship,
no. About this, they
by
cannot
ship or
easily.
boat.
We don't share uh, that good relation that they can freely move from one country to another. They are illegally migrate
Mm-hmm.
from borders.
Yeah, exactly. So to prevent this, I think your government should become more serious about that, about the immigrant from outside. Like
That's right.
they can make a
We,
policy. They can make a
we,
policy to
we,
to yeah.
we have only the problematic area we have from eastern, like where Pakistan boundaries are there. Otherwise, we have no problem. Bangladesh, they can freely come over here. They can freely go out their countries. They even work in India and they go back to Bangladesh. Like they cross the border and they on a daily basis. Okay. So for Nepal, it's the same thing. We don't mind. They come and go from their places. They work out in India and then go back to their countries. But for Pakistan, we don't allow them. By air, by sea, any mode of transport, we don't allow them until they make a very clear views why they want to be over here. And we keep a track on this. Like, if they over here will just track their, whom they are meeting, what they are doing, whom they are in relations. So we just keep track on all these things because we faced so many things from them. They come over here earlier, they come over here and do all nasty activities. And like we had a very bad incident in the past. We had, bombs. They planted bombs in many cities, and our people, very innocent people, killed
That's cool. So I just known that the reason why. You know, if I can sum up that the reason first is about the land and then the second is about the religion, right?
That's right.
That's the
Yes.
two things that make you until now, like having problem. So even like it's more serious when you say that nobody from Pakistan can come into India rather than from Nepal, from Bangladesh. They can freely go in and go out, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So exactly, um, yeah, I think that's the problem. That's the two problems you're having at the moment, because religious and also the the land. But yeah, as I say that, no problem with the religion. I think as long as we do not claiming that land as them or influence them to join to Pakistan citizen, I think there's no problem with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, that's illegal, man. You know that we already said, we already defined these hours, this that's yours, and then suddenly you want that as your territory. That's not right.
So you must have. Do you have same kind of situations? Like, do you have any uh, bad neighbors in your country as well?
Yeah,
Bad.
we had. It was like in uh 1940s, 1945, Indonesia and Malaysia. As you know that Malaysia and Indonesia is, we are in a land boundaries, you know.
Okay.
So Malaysia wants, what Malaysia claims that there is an island that it's Indonesian, still Indonesian territory, but they claimed it was theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So and then the president say that go and uh, you know make war with the Malaysia there. So that's why the territory is come back to ours, right? To our the territory is belongs to us until now. So we also have a problem, but it's about the president or the leader. If they have a brave soul to protect that or persist to to nobody can nobody can take our land. So it's about the brave soul. It's about our brave. If the leader brave enough to make a policy, to make a, yeah, as you know that. So I think there's nothing that's happened like this.
Okay. So
Like
Malaysian. I mean, is it being sorted out now?
what?
Is this dispute has been sorted out with Malaysia? Because, as you said, there was dispute in 1940s that Malaysian had some argument with Indonesia.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And I still remember it was in Sukarno. Yeah, Sukarno is the first president. That is a very, very gentleman president, and he protect that land. He protect that land from Malaysia, so we can get back that land again until he command the soldier to protect and to to make war, some kind of stuff with Malaysia, and then Malaysia go off from there, like their some Malaysians there, then come back to their land. So they do not they are not brave enough to take that land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, like it's a pretty common problems, especially people who are living in the borders. It's might sometimes might have a problem, like in United States with what was in the east southeast of America. with Mexico, right? So there must be a problem there when it comes to the border.
Okay.
So it's about the government and the president how brave to protect their land.
Right. So, I believe it's getting very late in the night now. It's 1:15. So I have to get sleep now.
Okay.
And it was really nice talking with you, mate. And
Yeah, thank you so much.
hopefully
I obtained much information about that, so I think I'm happy to know it.
that's great, mate. So even you gave me a good information about the dispute with Malaysia and Indonesia. So yeah, I mean we'll connect tomorrow as well. What time? You create a group today?
Um, Actually, uncertainly, you know what? Sometimes if I want to come in and yeah, it's no certain schedule.
Okay, so it's not pre-planned. You can
Yeah,
connect
no
anytime.
plan. I just whenever I want to come here and just open this website platform.
Okay. Right. All right. Great stuff, man.
All right,
So
thank you so
I'll
much.
we'll talk in future. Okay.
Okay, see you.
So thanks for your time, man. Bye.
Okay, you're very welcome. Bye bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Where are you from? From India. Also, I just talked to Indian.
What?
I just talked to Indian.
Okay.
The guy who just left. I say that I just talked to an Indian also. That the guy whom just left.
Okay.
Before we can speak, I think you can fix your microphone first. As you know that I love people who come to this group with a good microphone. Or make sure your microphone is pretty close from your mouth.
Where are you from?
I'm from India. Oh, I'm sorry, Indonesia.
You also from there?
I'm from Indonesia. No, no, I'm not. I'm Indonesian.
Okay. By the way, Indonesia is a very nice country, right?
Hmm.
Indonesia is a very nice country, right?
What? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. What are you trying to say?
You live in Indonesia, right?
Yeah, I do.
Your what is your profession?
My profession,
Like what? Yeah.
my occupation.
What do you do?
I'm a student in university.
Like
I'm a student in university for a bachelor degree. You? What do you do for a living?
I do job.
Hmm?
You run a company.
What?
I do job. Job. If you are working.
You're working?
Yeah.
Where?
Accounts profile.
Pardon?
Accounts profile.
I don't get you.
Do you know accounts profile? Accounts profile.
Can you type? If you don't mind. Oh, accountant. Right. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool.
Do you know about accountant?
What?
Wait, just a minute.
Yeah, accountant. Yeah. You know, I was graduated from vocational school, and my, my major was My major was computer engineering, and one of the major that we have in our school, it was um, accounting. Yes, accounting. It's dealing with count, right? Dealing with money, how counting money.
Yeah, right. So what is the future goal?
Hmm.
What is the future goal?
My future goal,
Yeah.
um, become a teacher.
Become a?
Become a teacher.
Become a teacher.
Yeah,
Wow, nice.
you to become. I can guess you would become a professional accountant.
Yes, yes, yes. Right.
Exactly. So where do you work? Where do you work then? Where do you work?
Sorry?
Where do you work? Sorry.
My work is like Berteman is it? What?
You work in a company?
Yeah.
What kind of company?
I'm there of
Type, please, type, because your voice is not very clear. Yes, your take care of the company, which field, in which aspect. So you're an accountant. You're okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You which company you working in? Yeah, man. I think you need to buy. I need to buy a new one, a new microphone. Yeah. Are you using smartphone or your PC? What are you using, smartphone or PC? PC, right? Mm-hmm. My hobby is my hobby. What is my hobby? Just try to speak, man. Try to speak, man.
hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you using internal microphone or external microphone? Yeah, I cannot hear you at all now. Oh, Yeah, sorry. I need to go to have my meal, big meal for fasting. If you are Muslim, you must know. Right. So I'll be right back until I have finished my dish. Right. Okay. So say bye. Okay. I say bye bye. Okay.